Hello. I was running just a little late today because my husband and I were arguing over who Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn, the second one, should actually like romantically be interested in. And I'm right and he's wrong. So that was like a full conversation. And I had to be a couple minutes late because of that. So anyway, last time we started with a little vignette that introduced a new character that we hadn't met before. And oh, I didn't move my mic up. Hold on, let's do that. There we go. You can probably hear a little bit better now. Introduced a new character that we had not met before, and I thought that she seemed really cool. And I thought that maybe instead of a separate vignette that had nothing to do with anything else, maybe we'll just continue kind of looking into this character and playing with this character more. Like, that could be kind of fun. So that is what we're going to do. First of all, let's go ahead and pull her up just to see where we were before. And I did change one thing because I made art for this character. Not Astrid. We have met Astrid. But Faye over here, who her call sign was Bash, and Astrid's call sign was Crash. So getting like Bash and Crash on the same session, I was like, I'm not really in love with this. So I did some character art for her, and the more that I worked on the character art, the more I was like, this doesn't really feel like a Bash kind of person to me. This feels more like a very like secretive like operator kind of person. So I actually changed her name to Bliss, as in ignorance is bliss, and her job is to keep people ignorant. Is that true? I don't know, because we don't know who we're working for yet. What we know is literally this. She is curious. She is uncanny. Remember, we decided that she had the like radiation anomaly problems with her skin from being near a rift when it had first opened. And she is tracking Vesper to take the cargo. Now, we don't actually know who she's trying to take that cargo for, and we don't actually like super 100% know if that's like really what's going on. We just kind of think that's what's going on. So literally that's all we know about her at this exact second, like who she's working for and what that means. We're about to figure all this out. That being said, I do have some full-size art. Ta-da! This is Bliss. Say hello. So I have kind of, from doing the art, made a couple decisions, I guess, about the kind of thing that she does based on the sort of stuff that she has. So for one, I've decided she has what I'm calling an Omni, and that basically creates like a hard light. You can see in this image, it's a like mask for her, but I also have done art where she has it as sort of an overlay, like a HUD sort of situation. And I thought the gloves that I gave her were really cool. They have like fake fingertips on them. So basically this is the gear that she would use to like not steal someone's identity, but like hack biometrics in order to get into places and be like a sneaky spy, to like have different fingerprints and cover her eyes to make them look different and make her face look different and whatever. And I thought that was cool and fun. So that's Bliss. And I think her name is absolutely adorable. But we don't know anything else about her. We don't know what faction that she's working with. Don't know any of these things. So we should probably find that out. So I did want to go ahead and say that as a start, because that's the vignette that I want to do, is like when we roll trouble or whatever, like we might find out a little bit more about Bliss. That's what I would like. That being said, let's go ahead and... Oh, here's the other art that I did for her right here. See, she's got her... It's like an overlay, hard light overlay, hollow overlay, whatever. from her little Omni earpiece here. That, see, as you can see, I do not have any text in here for her yet, and we'll figure that out as we go this time. I did also go ahead and create one for Astrid, and I put some art in there for her too, but I think she'll probably end up getting custom art rather than using stock art, but we'll see. Maybe I need to like stop making custom art for every single character because I'll be here forever. So this is what we know about her right now, and we'll find out more about her later during the game today. And then let's see. So last episode was episode 5. Here's what happened. We started off by meeting Bliss as our little vignette, and then she sees Vesper taking off in the ship and takes a picture of her, seemingly like because she's interested in that. We swap back to Vesper. She's by herself in the ship and totally panicking and doesn't know how to do anything. She's taking a very long time to get around to where she needs, but in the process of sort of almost drifting in space towards where she needs to go, she finds an abandoned ship, and manages through the wreckage to find one lone survivor, and gets, this is Astrid back onto her ship, and now the two of them are kind of sailing through space together. So I think this will be fun and interesting when we get there, and I do want to see if there's anything else from the ship that we were able to salvage, or if there's anything else that Astrid knows, anything, but we're not there yet. And then this one I have started for today. So here is the beginning of episode 6. We're going to need, is it this one? Roll begin a session. Oh, clear the results from last time, that'll help. Influential character or faction is introduced or given new detail. Well, I mean, there it is, because that's what I want, is new detail on Bliss. Save that. Oh, whoops. I don't want it on Bliss. I want to save it. Ta-da, I want to save it right here. Maybe. Is it because this is the top one that's open? What if we close it and then put our marker right here? Then does it work? No. No. Is it just the last one that you made? What a bummer. I can fix this. Delete. Close for the moment. New one. Ba-ba. See, we keep it moving. Okay, perfect. We did it, team. We did it. Begin a session, influential character or faction is introduced or given a new detail. All right, so that's where we're going to start. We're going to flesh out some details about Bliss, and that might mean that there's a new faction. I don't know. Let's look at what factions well, okay, here, we'll start here. The story hooks that we have. A blockade preventing trade with other sectors. Janice has a cure for some disease, but no way to manufacture it. There's a rebellion within Eben Relics, forcing the people of Burrow to take sides. That's what we know so far. And we know from last time that some of those things that seem unrelated actually are related and are connected. Let's look at what factions we have at the moment. We have the Infinite Fleet, which we might be a little bit running into when we get to Janice, because they're kind of probably overlap with the people that live there. We have the Rifters, which we did decide that the ship that Astrid was on was a Rifter ship. So we're going to have some overlap with them coming up here soon. I don't know what that means. We're going to find out about Astrid. Eben relics are the people that the Sayers are involved with, and on opposite sides of this conflict. It's very possible that Bliss works for them too. They seem to have a lot of money and some reason why they want to get involved in Eos, but we aren't 100% sure of that, so that is entirely possible. And then the Enduring Council are the people on Janus. So those are kind of what we know right now. These are all of our truths. We can shut that. So here is the question. Is Bliss wrapped up in Eben relics just like the Sayers are? Or is Bliss actually part of a completely separate situation connected to the barricades? Is it barricade? Blockade. That feels more right to me, but I'm not entirely sure. So what we're going to do is roll for it as usual. Character, creature, derelict, faction. Let's roll up. Let's just see. Let's just look, okay, at what we get. First look. Fringe group, the Golden Syndicate. Localized. Exiles. I should have our other factions up. That sounds very much like the Enduring Council to me. Exiles, fringe group. That doesn't quite seem like what we're going for. We could either do Dominion or Guild, I think, but fringe group doesn't feel like the sort of thing that would fit with the art that I've already made for Bliss, quite frankly. So let's try Dominion. Construction. I mean, I'm not loving this name, Wolves of the Dawning Order. I didn't realize Dominion meant cult. I'm not into that. Flames of the Golden Ascendancy. Supreme Empire. Okay. Yeah, we're not... I'm not loving these names. I'm not loving any of these names. What kind of names do we have for Scarlet Reavers? Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. West Side Story in space. What do we got for Dominion? Scarlet Raiders, localized, horror, anarchist. Yeah, none of this is, like, I'm just not feeling it. Okay, Shattered Circle is a pretty dope name. That one I will give you. I will give you Shattered Circle. Horror. Okay. Look, so the thing about horror is we have already established that in this universe, the thing that is weird, I guess is the word, is the anomalies caused by these rifts. And Bliss does have obvious effects from that. So I think in that respect, horror makes sense. Projects. Rescue or recover a group or asset. And then destroy or defeat a rival. Rumors. What do we got? Suffered destructive sabotage. That's tricksy. We're kind of already doing a sabotage thing. Let's roll another one. Let's see what we get. Sabotage from within, obviously. Over-dependence on a failing or vulnerable technology. Okay. So, overdependence on a technology does make sense to me if the people that have... I don't remember if we named it anything. Like, if they've been affected by that anomalous rift energy, need any sort of apparatus in order to survive. Like, if it's a disability aid, I guess. A gang of disabled anarchists does sound very, like, on brand, though, doesn't it? Relationships. Broke faith with someone. That's how you suffer destructive sabotage, my friends. Holds leverage over. Supplied with resources by. Quirks. Work or environment causes mutations. Well, that makes sense because they have them. Okay, look, we're going to save this as is because I've gone through all the things. And then let's just shut it for a second and look what we have here. We'll cut some of these out. Okay. Let's think about this for a moment. Overdependence on a failing or vulnerable technology. How would an Omni be failing or vulnerable? And is that something, like, is that the problem? Well, rescue or recover a group or asset. The cargo that Vesper has right now is life support equipment. So that would make sense to me. Let's do this. Okay. Work or environment causes mutations. We get that. I'm not sure about this point. Oh, it says honor, not horror. I just can't read. Honor, prophecy, technology. I mean, technology makes sense. Clear. Could not find Oracle. Guild. Mystics. Peacekeeper anarchists. Okay. What do we do with you, Shattered Circle? What are you? Hey, Star-Drew. I've backed myself into a weird narrative corner. I don't understand what I'm doing anymore. Let me see here. So basically what's going on, Stardrew, is that I have been trying to flesh out the character that we met in the vignette last week, Bliss. Well, I've renamed her Bliss to fit a little bit better. So we rolled up a new faction, and it just has not been clicking. It just hasn't been. So I am pulling up Fantasy Name Generator to see if they have descriptions of groups, which I know they do. I just need to find them. Here's a character goal generator. Overcome a death sentence. Okay, you know what? We can work with that. So here's the deal. Supplied with resources by the Rifters, and I think that the Shattered Circle is basically like the retired veterans of the Rifters. Shattered Circle is like the people who have suffered from this like rift energy, probably partially because they were there and partially because some of these are like researchers looking into what this energy is, but have become so affected by it that it has caused like permanent fatal damage to them, like, you know, mesothelioma or something. So I think she's got, like, she's gonna die from this then. Bliss is going to die from this, and she is trying to get life support equipment. Okay. Overdependence on failing or vulnerable technology. Overcome a death sentence is the goal. I'm just going to copy that in. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm fine with that. We're going to call it a guild instead of a dominion. Yeah. That makes a little bit more sense to me. Okay. I will have to think about that more and then figure it out later some, I think. Like, what exactly these goals mean. Like, flesh that out a little bit more. But for the moment, we have some more information. Holds leverage over someone. We don't know. For the moment, that's good enough. So let's go back to... I'll write my one sentence here. What is the word that means terminal? That's what I'm looking for. We'll call it rift sickness for now. Okay, there's that. So now let's go ahead and hop back to, we're gonna hop back to Vesper and Astrid, our girly pops, and they're also kind of in a weird situation here. So Astrid we found on a derelict rifter ship, which we have some questions about that, I'm sure. Let's look at what we do know about Eye of the Void, the rifter ship. It's completely trashed. It is a derelict now. It is not a ship. Time or reality distortion, so it's all messed up from rift energy. And then Astrid, Does not have a goal. She's augmented. We did say that. Let's go ahead real fast and just roll up let's just roll up a goal. Defend a person, avenge, warning, solve a mystery, seize power. That's so many. Why are there 4? Can I just have 1? Rebel against power. What power is a security guard? Is it just me today? Like, this is just the oracles today. Ooh. The oracles today are not helping me out whatsoever. Alright. We got a lot of rebellion happening in this game. Resolve a dispute. Alright, we'll go with that one. I don't know what that means. Goal. Resolve a dispute. What dispute? I don't know. Maybe we'll ask her later. For now, what we want to do, literally we haven't even gotten 1 roll of the game out yet because we got extremely distracted and hung up on where the heck Bliss is coming from. So that was the first thing. The next thing we want to do, I think, so now that we've gotten Astrid off of her ship, we have made very good time to Janice, but I think I would like to see if there was anything else that we could salvage besides just her from the ship. So I'm not sure if that would be a check your gear or assess a situation, make preparations, or attempt to gain leverage. No, that doesn't seem like it. Reach a milestone. No. Make a connection. This we're going to need to do with Astrid here in a minute, but first I want to see if there is... These are all fighting ones. These are all complications. Repair. Vehicles, modules, mechanical companions, or other devices. Envision the situation and roll. If you make your own repairs. Okay. So this is what I was looking for, I think, is repair, because Vesper is a mechanical engineer. And we have a lab on this ship. So, I'm so tired. We're probably going to end this early tonight. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it much longer. If we were able to... You know what? Here's how we're going to do this. No. Core. No. Where is it? Change your fate? No. Come on. There's one that is like... Where's the dang... There's one of these that's basically like flipping a coin. Ask the Oracle. That's the one that we need. I feel like there is a good chance that there is something. Oh, excuse me. Well, now that I say that, I was about to say I think there's a good chance there's something that can be salvaged from the ship. But one thing we said about the Eye of the Void last time was that it was completely trashed and it almost looked AI generated. Like when you look at it closely, you see like the angles and the physics and the lighting and of it is just wrong. Like it's just been manipulated, like warped through time and space. And I think that being the case, maybe it's not likely that there are usable things on board, because even if there are things that look like they would work, you can't just fix something that is deeply, to its core, fundamentally flawed. So I'm going to give us a 50-50 shot. Yes, there is something on the ship that is salvageable. So I think let's start a clock. Why not? Like, just as a treat for ourselves, like over here, we'll do it. Let's have another clock. And this one is called Fix the Ship AI. We're gonna give it 6. So we managed to take the ship's computer. I don't know a lot about computers, honestly. That's gonna come up here, I'm sure. We managed to get the ship's AI out of the ship, and it is not in 100% great shape. Like, it's a little bit corrupted, but it looks serviceable if we can get there. So I think that we are going to start a clock for fixing the ship AI, and then once we succeed and like get that whole clock there, then we can have the AI assistant asset on our ship, or module, I guess, on our ship. That seems entirely reasonable to me. So, before we do our last leg of our journey, I am going to roll repair, I think, on this. Oh, it's got fix one broken module, 2 points. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I don't have to start a clock. If an AI asset would be a module, and we have one that's broken, spend repair points as follows. Unused points are discarded. So fix one broken module is 2 points. I wonder if this is, we're just gonna roll this. This looks like what we're supposed to do. I'm not gonna argue about it. Let's see. How do we need to roll? Make your own repairs or direct a companion to make repairs. Roll plus wits, which is what we're going to do. And we have a workshop. When we repair in the field, we add a +1. I guess we're in the field, right? I guess the workshop doesn't say that it counts as a facility, so we're in the field. Okay, but in our workshop. We're gonna roll wits then, and adds +1. Let's go. Strong hit. Okay. On a strong hit in the field, we get 3 points. But fixing a broken module is 2 points. So, I think we fixed it. I think we can add... Can I search? Oh, I didn't mean to add a custom one. I meant to search. Can I do this? Nope. Med bay would be nice, but that's not what we're looking for here. Is it a... These are paths. Is it a companion? I'm so confused. I really thought that there was a ship AI. Navigator is a path. I'm also extremely tired today, so maybe I'm just dumb and it's not that everything's confusing right now, but I feel like I've been confused this whole, it's been over almost the whole hour, and I feel like I'm just, nothing is making sense to me. Maybe I should just call it quits. Protocol bot, maybe? Cultures and customs. No, that's not it. Utility bot. Tools. Void glider sounds dope as hell. AI module. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Add it. Gracious. Your AI module keeps watch over the vehicle's systems and sensor data. Okay. So I have... We're going slow anyway, so like heck it. I'm just gonna do the whole thing. I have a character that I played with Scott in Death in Space. And it was really fun. I played an AI named Mira. So I think that we should this is going to open up my character sheet, and it's probably going to be in front of the mark progress box. That's okay. Yeah. Okay. Here's Mira's name right here. Copy. And that is going to be our overseer. Mira. Close current tab. Thank you. Okay. Because I think that would be really fun. So my own character will be our AI overseer. When you secure an advantage or gain ground by talking through a situation with the overseer, you may roll plus integrity. If you do, play +1 momentum on a hit. Vehicle systems and sensor data. Okay. That's not exactly the same as navigation, but that's pretty close. So I think actually that is like perfect for what we're talking about here, because I think that Vesper was really hoping that this was going to be like a navigating AI, like that she could just be like, Mira, set coordinates for this, and Mira would be like, setting coordinates, and that would just be done. And once she got it up and running and installed on the ship, it doesn't seem to be what Mira does. She seems to be more in the like logistics and diagnostics of the ship itself. So I think that's actually really funny. And a little bit perfect. Okay. A strong hit. We love to see it. Of course it's a strong hit. This is what she does for a living. She's like a mechanical engineer on really complicated technical stuff. Like that's her job. That's what she's trained to do. So it makes sense that she would be good at doing it. So the last thing we're going to do is just straight up finish our journey here. Which finish an expedition, I think, is the one that we need. When your expedition comes to an end, roll the challenge dice and compare to your progress. On a strong hit, you reach your destination or complete your survey. Mark a reward on your Discovery's legacy track per expedition's rank. On a weak hit as above, but you face an unforeseen complication. Okay, that seems reasonable. So roll the challenge dice and compare to your progress. So let's look at our challenges and journey to Janice. Make a progress roll. That's not what we need. Roll a d6. Roll plus attribute. I don't understand. Let's open the book. Reach a milestone. We did that. Okay, here's what we need. Compare your score of 5 to the challenge dice. Okay, so we just roll challenge dice and then we need to get over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 6 and 2. All right, so we got a weak hit because the 6, the match doesn't go, but the 2 does. So weak hit. Oh, I didn't save. I haven't been updating the journal. Okay, so now we need a journey complication. No. Okay, let's look at some complications. What do we need to do? Mark a reward on your Discovery's legacy track per expedition's rank. Troublesome is 1 tick. Okay. Is that here? Legacy tracks. 1. Is that a tick? That looks like 2 ticks. We're gonna do that maybe? I think we'll do that. That looks small, right? That looks small and reasonable, I think. Okay, so that's done. We reach our destination. We make it to Janice. Mark a reward on the thing. We did that. Any allies who shared this expedition, Arco, whatever. On a weak hit as above, but you face an unforeseen complication at the end of your expedition. Make the legacy reward 1 rank lower and envision what you encounter. Okay, so we actually don't do this then because 1 rank lower than 1 is 0. Okay, so complication. Endure. Pay the price, maybe? Can we? I don't know if that would be it or if it would be story complication. Let's try this. Trap is sprung. Okay. Well, that's just not ideal. What trap would be sprung? You know, we haven't really learned anything about Astrid. Maybe she wasn't actually part of the Rifter's ship. Maybe that's the trap. Maybe Astrid is not the character that we thought that she was. Let's see. Can we find anything else out? Story clue. Contradicts a previously understood fact or clue. Okay, you know what? Actually, this makes sense to me. This makes sense. So here's what happened. Astrid, we know, has, what are they called? My brain is failing me at the moment. There's two types of augmentations, right? One of which is kind of your standard, you might have like a robo arm or something if you lose your arm. Those ones were fine, remember we said. But there are illegal augmentations, and those are the ones that like mess with your biology itself. And that is the kind that Astrid has. She has had an augmentation done to her that changed like the actual DNA in her cells so that the skin that grows out of her is different skin than humans. That kind of augmentation is illegal. But rifters are not outsiders. They're very well thought of. Their jobs are very important. These are almost like firefighters, really. So the fact that she has these like obvious and illegal modifications a little bit didn't fit with that, but it was also like, okay, well, I guess you can do whatever you want when you're risking your life all the time. But maybe the fact that she has those is a bit of a clue that she wasn't actually originally on this ship with the Rifters. Maybe she is actually a space pirate. And this is like her trying to take over the ship. I'll fix all this wording later, don't worry about it. I am struggling here with words. Okay. So my next question that we need to figure out is she violent? Like, is she trying to kill Vesper? Or is she just gonna drop her off? Like, we get to Janice, she's gonna drop her off and then, like, take the ship and that there's nothing you can do about it. What is a combat action? Weaken defenses? So, like, is this what an NPC would do in combat? I'm not entirely sure there. I think that is going to be a question for another time. I think we're going to leave us here with, we reach Janice, which is a huge junker of a ship, obviously ancient and made to carry thousands of people. This is a full city floating around in space. We dock on Janice, and then pretty much immediately I think Astrid turns on us. And we'll find out what that means and how she turns on us next time. Because my brain is completely shutting down, and this has been hard for no reason. So hopefully next time will be a little bit easier, and then we'll be able to like figure out what on earth is going on. But until then, I'm gonna rephrase this here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna leave it. Okay, perfect. So, good night, everybody. Thank you for playing.